Hey guys, it's the girl Isra, aka Is Always Glowing. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be an in-depth foundation tutorial. So I'm going to take you guys through how I like to prep my skin, how I color correct, my favorite foundation brushes, and how I like to apply and blend my foundation, as well as how I like to set it for a long lasting finish. If you have any struggles when it comes to your foundation, then this video is for you, so keep watching. Just before we get into skin prep, I'm just going to carve my brows out with you guys, and then we can get straight into the skin prep. So to carve out my brows, I'm just going to be going in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Sand. I'm just going to start by outlining the shape. Slowly start carving my brows. The brush is from Jessup Beauty and it's from a brush set, so I'll link it in the description below. The skin prep is so important when it comes to foundation application, so I'm just going to go in with my favourite toner. This is the Boots toner. It's the rose water and glycerine one. I'm just going to slowly start applying that to my face. I'm just using like really light tapping motions. Hydrating your skin is so important, so I'm just going to go into some hyaluronic acid. This is from the Inky list. I love this formula. It's so thick and hydrating. So you can literally use any hyaluronic acid that you have, or if you have a hydrating serum that you like to use, then you can also use that as well. By the way, make sure to apply this serum while your face is still slightly damp, because this will just help lock in a little extra moisture. It also just gives your skin such a nice glow as well. So I'm just going to wait for that to soak in for about 2 to 3 minutes. So as you guys can see, I've been breaking out a little bit, so I'm just going to go in with the Inky list Hydro-Barrier Serum. I've actually really been loving this. This really helps to soothe any breakouts, so I just like to take a couple pumps. I'm just going to slowly work that into my skin. By the way, I just like to bring my skincare down towards my neck. When I wait for the Hydro Serum to dry, I'm just going to go in and start blending my concealer. So now I'm going to go into the Sahaa Cosmetics Vitamin E and Rose Moisturiser. This is actually one of my favourites, like she's well loved. So I just like to work the moisturiser in between my fingers just till it becomes an oil-like consistency like this. And then I just like to take it on my face and I just start patting it on at first. And then I'll slowly start to blend it. This is one of my favourite moisturisers ever. Like, I literally cannot do my makeup without it. I just feel like it's the perfect skin prep. You can use it under your eyes as well. It's super nourishing, it's super hydrating, also 100% natural. And as someone with sensitive skin, that doesn't give me any issues, so I love it. It honestly gives you the perfect glow, and my skin feels so hydrated and so nourished. So now that I've fully blended the moisturiser in, I just wanted to show you guys the glow. So in my last video, I didn't actually go through colour correcting, and I did say I'd do a separate video. So I thought this is actually the perfect time, because as you can see, I've got a few breakouts and a few blemishes. So I'm just going to go in with the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and this is actually in the shade Ginger. It's got a slight peachy undertone, so it's like the perfect corrector for my skin tone. And I actually really love the formula of this because it dries down matte. I'm just going to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm actually going to use it this way. I feel like this is like the perfect shape for like the under eye. I'm going to go in with a little bit of product. I'm just going to start by covering any redness, and I'm also going to go under my eyes as well, and I'll show you guys the difference. I think you guys can see already, like, this product is honestly like magic. It literally covers any darkness that I have and any blemishes. This is honestly one of my favorite products. As I'm applying this, I'm slowly blending it as well, so I'm just using really light dabbing tapping motions. Can you guys see the difference? Like, look how it's instantly cancelled out any darkness, how it's covered any redness. I'm gonna go into the other side. If you haven't tried this concealer from NARS, this is your sign, honestly. Such an amazing product. So in my first video, I did tell you guys that I love the Huda Beauty colour correctors as well. If you haven't watched that video, make sure to go check it out. I'm just going to take a really light layer of this corrector. I just wanted to show you guys how like easy it blends, and it does slightly brighten as well. Just really lightly going over any blemishes. I'm just going to go back into the same brush, and I'm just going to slowly blend, tapping that into the skin really lightly. This formula is so lightweight and it's so easy to blend. Before we go in with foundation, I'm just going to go in with a light layer of the Multitasker. Now this is from Rimmel London. I spoke about how much I love this product in my first video, so if you haven't watched that, make sure to go check that out. And I'm just going to take that on the areas that I didn't apply the concealer. I honestly love this applicator as well. I'm just going to be using a fluffy brush to blend that in. I'm just going to do it really lightly on top of the concealer as well, just so that it all blends together. I'm just going to start working that into my skin, just really lightly. I'm just using tapping motions, and I'm just really pushing the product into my skin. I honestly love this product. I feel like foundation sits really nicely on top of it. Now, I've got to be really careful here because I don't want to lift the concealer. I feel like I did slightly lift it. Might have to just go over that a little bit again. I've literally just covered that spot again, and I haven't blended it out. I'm just going to let it dry before I do that. going to make sure that I've blended in the multitasker. So today I'm going to be going with the Makeup Revolution Skin Silk Foundation. This foundation is lightweight and it gives you a luminous finish. I'm going to be using the SBA 6 brush to apply it. This is honestly one of my favourite brushes to apply foundation with. I feel like it gives you such an even, flawless coverage. Let me show you guys. So now I'm going to go in with SBA 6 just to paint a nice even layer of foundation. And I honestly love this brush because I feel like it helps distribute the product really nicely and evenly on the skin. And it honestly gives you such a nice flawless finish. This is honestly one of my favourite brushes. Like, I love the shape. It really allows you to go around your eyebrows and really allows you to get in the corners as well. So I just like to let my foundation sit for a few minutes because I find that this gives me the most coverage. So I just thought while I wait for it to blend, I might as well talk through my favourite foundation brushes with you guys. So in my first video I did talk about my favourite brushes, but I just thought I could go through them again just in case you're new here. So first we have the PCO8 brush from Peaches and Cream. Now honestly I love this brush because just look at the shape, and it's so wide as well, so I feel like it covers like such a wide area. This brush honestly blends out my foundation so quickly. Next we have the Nina all-in-one brush. Now I did talk about this as well in my first video, but this is honestly just one of my favorites. Now this brush is very similar in terms of shape to the Peaches and Cream one, but I find that this one's a bit denser, so it gives you a little bit more coverage. I also spoke about this brush in my first video as well. This is from Belly. This is from a brush set, so I will link all products down below in the description. And this is also similar to the Peaches and Cream one, but it's slightly thinner, and I find that this is really good for foundation, but I also like using this for contour. Just give you guys a little comparison. So as you can see, the Peaches and Cream one is a lot longer than this one. These three brushes are honestly my favorite from the SBA collection. So you guys already saw how SBA 6 works in action, so I just want to quickly talk about SBA 2 and SBA 3. Now these two are perfect for foundation. This one is a lot denser. This one is a little bit fluffier. Now I don't think this is actually a foundation brush. I think this one is. This is perfect for when I want a sheer coverage because of the bristles being longer. This one's a lot denser, so it gives you more of a full coverage finish. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like a separate video going through all my favorite brushes. Okay, so my foundation has been sitting for a few minutes, so now I'm just going to go in with the SBA 3 brush, and I'm just going to use really light dabbing tapping motions when I'm blending, and I'm just really pushing that product into my skin. Now remember to use really light pressure when you're doing this. And can you guys see how easily the foundation is just blending into my skin? And then now I'm just doing the same on the other side, and I'm really just pushing the products into my skin. And just look at that finish. And can you guys see how all my blemishes and all my redness is covered as well? So I just like to make sure that everything has been blended properly. So I'm just going over it again, just really lightly. I honestly love the formula of this foundation. It sits so nicely on the skin. So if you want to achieve a flawless finish when it comes to foundation, you need to make sure that your skin is prepped properly, making sure your skin is hydrated. Make sure to apply a thin layer of foundation as well all over the face. Really lightly, making sure that every area is being covered. And then it's super important to go in with really light dabbing and tapping motions when you're blending. Honestly, so important because it's the base of your makeup. So before you go in with any contour, any blush, just want to make sure that you've blended your foundation in properly. I feel like my skin actually looks so flawless, and you guys saw that I actually had quite a few blemishes and breakouts. I will come back and set my foundation with you guys. I will show you guys how I like to set it. Now I know this is a foundation tutorial, but I just wanted to show you guys how well this brush actually works. So I'm just going to start by going in really slowly, and I'm just using really light dabbing and tapping motions. As you can see already, it started to blend the product out perfectly. Because of its shape, it almost sculpts your cheekbones. And again, I'm just using really light dabbing tapping motions and just buffing the product into my skin. It honestly gives you such a nice finish. By the way, I'm using the Jessup Beauty Gimme Contour one. This is in the shade Medium Deep. And I'm just blending the other side as well, just using light dabbing tapping motions. I honestly love the formula of this product. It blends so easily and it sits really nicely on top of foundation as well. And you guys know that I always love to go back in with my foundation brush. So I'm back and I finished the rest of my makeup. I'm just going to go back into my foundation brush just one last time just to make sure that everything has been blended together properly. And I'm just doing this really lightly, just making sure to go over everything and just make sure it's all blended. This is the rest of my makeup done. As you guys can see, we still have the glow coming through from the skin prep. Everything is looking flawless. Okay, so I'm just going to set my under eyes off camera, then I'll be back and then we can set the rest of my face together. If you would like to know how I set my under eyes, make sure to check out my previous video because it's an in-depth concealer and blush tutorial. So I actually go through how I set my under eye, how I like to blend my concealer. Okay, so as you can see, I've just set my under eyes and I'm just going to take a light layer of translucent powder on a powder puff. And I'm just going to start lightly setting the rest of my face. And I'm just going to use really light dabbing and tapping motion just to push the powder into the skin. But I'm doing this really lightly because we don't want any products to move. And I'm just going to do the same on the other side now. I'm going to lightly set my blush on my contour. Now I'm just going to go in with a little bit more translucent powder. I'm just going to make sure to pat this onto my T-zone because I do get quite oily here. So I'm just going to make sure to really push that really lightly and just set my forehead. Also be showing you guys how I like to set my cream bronzer as well. Now I'm just going to take a little bit more translucent powder and I'm just going to set my nose. If you find that the makeup on your nose kind of moves around, it might be because you're not setting it in place properly. So I'm just making sure to just lightly push the powder into my skin to really set that. Now I'm just going to go with a light layer of pressed powder. Now this is a very similar shade to my foundation. I'm just going to be taking a fluffy brush to apply it. I just like to take some on the brush to slowly start applying it to my face. And I just go over all the areas where we've applied foundation just really lightly. I find that this really helps keep my foundation on all day. If you have dry skin, then you might not want to go in with another layer of powder. If you're like me and you've got oily skin, I definitely think it's good to go in with another layer of powder. And I'm just taking that a little bit towards my under eye just to blend it a little bit with my concealer. And I'm just lightly taking it on my forehead as well. And I'm just going to bring that up to like my cream contour. Okay, so before going in with any powder bronzer, I'm just going to set my face and I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I have said this a number of times, but this is honestly one of my favourite products. It literally just melts all the powders into your skin and it gives you such a flawless finish. If you haven't tried it, you definitely need to try this product. I've actually really been loving this bronzer and brush combo recently. So this is the MAC Skinfinish bronzer and this is the MAC 143S brush. Just look at the shade, perfect for powder bronzer. So I'm just going to apply some product to the brush and we can get straight into it. So I just like to lightly set my cream contour and I just bring it slightly up towards my blush. And remember to use really light dabbing and tapping motions when you're doing this. I'm going to start setting my forehead as well. I'm going to slowly bring it towards my eyebrow just to blend in with my foundation a little bit more. Just going to start applying it. And you can see that the brush is literally the perfect shape. Like it literally hugs your cheekbones perfectly. And you can use it all the way up to like your temples as well. And I just like to take a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my chin. Okay, so I'm back and this is how my makeup is looking. So I'm just going to set my face one more time with the Urban Decay setting spray. This is the vitamin C one and this will literally just help lock my makeup in and keep it on all day. Okay, so the key points in today's video were: make sure to prep your skin, make sure to keep your skin hydrated, make sure to wait a few minutes between your skin prep and your foundation application just to avoid any sort of pilling, and to make sure your skin has absorbed all the skincare ingredients. Make sure to apply your foundation in thin layers. If you need to apply more, then you can always go ahead and apply another layer, but make sure to do this in thin layers because it will avoid any cakiness. Make sure to use light pressure when you're blending and also to use dabbing and tapping motions when blending. Don't swipe because this can cause a product to go patchy. If you push the product into your skin, it will give you the most flawless skin-like finish. We also talked about my favorite brushes and the different finishes they give. So the more dense brushes give you a more full coverage finish and the fluffy brushes give you more of a natural finish. And that is my full foundation routine. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this video useful and let me know in the comments if there's any tips that you'll be using the next time you apply your foundation. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next video.